Nice. Okay, you guys, today's topic, I really honestly did not have an idea of what the topic was going to be today. And it just really was kind of, I was just doing other things last week and, getting ready. I think I've talked to you and told you that, it's been about a month now since my son moved out. And my daughter, we went to go visit him this Saturday night. We stayed with him Saturday night. He got a brand new kitten. And so my daughter was wanting to go play with the brand new kitten and also see her brother's apartment. So we went down and we did that. And it's good. I'm adjusting. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a pretty teary Magic Mondays that one time when I was just feeling the energy of my son leaving. And it's been a month and I've adjusted and things are going really well and he's doing good. So I really didn't have an idea of what I wanted to chat about today at all. And as I was driving back yesterday and we were doing that, a little voice popped into my head. So, that's usually my guides in there. And it didn't feel like my two main guides. It felt like some of my other ones that are kind of back there, and just said, why don't you talk about art plus spirit? And so I was like, oh, well, I talk about art plus spirit all the time. And then what I actually heard back as I'm driving, my daughter's got the music going, is yes, you talk about art plus spirit all the time, but you actually have never really told your people what art plus spirit is. Okay. So I just want to give you a little bit of that. I'm not going to talk, hopefully, I'm going to try really hard not to talk too long. And I do want to get to card readings today because last week's was so long, I didn't get a lot of mini readings. Okay. So you guys, so how do I explain this? Okay, so you all know that I have been an artist for 20 plus years, right? That has been a mixed media artist. I had the career before Soulstar Magic of traveling and teaching and doing art. And I always did that. So I was kind of front facing. That's what I call it, front facing as an artist. And behind the scenes, I was always doing my metaphysical studies. But I did my metaphysical studies for myself. And I really did art, well, for myself, but also for others. That was really kind of what I was doing out there, was for myself, but teaching other people. And then I would do my Reiki. I did my, my angel tarot, all of those kind of things I just did quietly. And when I went to go teach at the art retreats, all of my fellow instructors knew that I was doing angel tarot readings and energy work. So after we would get done, we would get done teaching for the day and we'd have some time or we'd have some time off, they would usually ask me to do sessions. So I would go into the, hotel rooms and I do some energy work or I do some readings and do some sessions. And I really didn't talk about it too much, to the students or other things that we were doing. And mostly that's just because I wanted, it was my thing. It was what I was doing. Okay. So fast forward to, again, you've heard this, right? It's been over 3 years now that I did Soulstar Magic and, to the pandemic. And so obviously I wasn't going to be traveling and teaching anymore. And honestly, at that point, I was just not wanting to do the same old as much, and really looking for a different way of doing things and a way of talking about them. So as soon as the pandemic hit, my team immediately was like, it's go time. Let's go. You have been preparing for this. And your job now is not to teach people art. Your job is to help them get through the pandemic as best as possible. And it's great because, Susan found me during the pandemic. Hi, Lauren, found me during the pandemic. Like I ended up getting new people during the pandemic coming in addition to my art people, right? So as you know, I really didn't have any frame of reference for how to start an intuitive business. So I found my amazing friend, Denise Stargazer, which you guys all know, and a lot of you now follow as well too. And I knew Denise had left the mixed media art profession. Well, she was a therapist before that and left it, and she was doing her own intuitive business. So I asked her to mentor me in that. And one of the things she told me very, very clearly when I started was, Jen, you are going to have to lay the art down for a little bit, because when you start a brand new business, you have to put pedal to the metal and you've got to stay focused on that business. And I really took those words to heart. Okay. I don't know how many of you guys have done that. Have you started something new and you start talking to people and they just tell you, You can't be multi-passionate. You have to pick something and start with it, right? Oh my gosh, that used to make me so crazy, right? Because I am such a multi-passionate person that I want to do it all. I don't want to just pick with one thing. That's boring, right? So, and I did have that discussion with Denise, and Denise really said to me, no, it's really, really important. You've got to get your messaging out there. You've got to get your website built. You've got to get out there and start doing your readings. You've got to get your energy work, and you really need to start focusing. If this is your business, the Soul Star Magic is what you are doing, and your mission is to help people go deeper. If your mission is to use your guides and your angels and your work to really help people get through this pandemic, then you need to be laser focused on helping people get through the pandemic, right? So I was like, okay, I did that. And truthfully, the creativity I've done, the art I've done is just kind of, I haven't sat down. I mean, I'll do, you know, I get creative. Halloween with my daughter, we went steampunk, you know, we completely redid the house. I did throw my artistic capabilities and talents into different directions. But as far as sitting down and actually making things, samples, classes, stuff like that, not anymore. Okay, so what I want to tell you is I have definitely been getting the pull. Spirit has come back to me and said, okay, you know, pandemic's over. I mean, yes, we're still getting cases of COVID. It's never really completely gone, right? This virus is never going to completely leave it. But in general, life is back. People are back to work. Things are back. You know, the lessons from the pandemic have been learned or not, right? At this point, we had a lot of lessons to learn, and we either learned them or we didn't. And now my team is telling me it's time, it has been time to go ahead and lighten up a little bit and come back to the art, okay? So I have been doing that. So I just want to tell you that when I redid my website, right, I just want to say that Art Plus Spirit and what I wrote is merging higher consciousness ideas and good vibes, right? That's what I'm doing, good vibes with hands-on creative making. Okay, that's kind of my tagline of what is Art Plus Spirit. And then I just want to let you know, new Art Plus Spirit workshops combine the techniques and beauty of mixed media art with the soulfulness of the human spirit. We gather, we learn, we experiment, we share in a space of expansiousness while our hands and our minds are busy creating. This allows our hearts to naturally open to our intuition. Lauren, you may say that you're not very artistic. I know you say you're not very visual, but I guarantee you guys, whenever we open our hearts, right, we allow the intuition to start flowing. And when we allow our intuition to start flowing, our natural creativity starts flowing too. And we are all creative. Every human being is creative because creativity is an inherent human condition. It is a human trait, right? Just think about our world. We would not have the world we have right now, the technology we have, the airplanes, the cars, the design, we would not have it without human creativity. It is the one thing that we humans do uniquely the best and uniquely beautiful. Okay, so creativity is our birthright, and creation energy is available to us at any given moment. Okay, you guys, that's really what I want you to know today. So Art Plus Spirit is really that creation energy is available to us at any moment. You don't have to be putting paint on paper. You don't have to be ripping and tearing collage. You don't have to be hand making jewelry like I do. Like, all of that stuff doesn't matter. But the creation energy is available to you at any given day. And that's really the key to it, okay? So let's see. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. I printed it out from my website to make sure I have it, but you guys go to soulstarmagic.com if you're interested and click on Art Plus Spirit and read what I wrote, because if you're really interested in knowing what I'm doing, what I'm being pulled towards, why I'm doing it, it's all there. I wrote it down, okay? And then the last thing I want to do is I just want to read you a quote that I have for myself. It says, creating is soulful work, meaningful, beautiful, essential work. What could be more powerful than the act of creation itself? So if you really want to be powerful, if you really want to find your most powerful stance, your most sacred intuitive stance, find a way to be creative. Don't worry about what it looks like. Don't compare it to anybody else, and create for you. And if creativity is like painting a piece of furniture, wonderful. If creativity is cooking a meal where you're, putting in vegetables of all the other colors and reds and yellows and oranges, and you're going to make a rainbow salad, that is creativity. Okay. Just recognize that the act of creation energy is new energy. It is flowing energy. It's the beginning energy. So if you are feeling stuck in any area of your life, any area, okay? Like let's say you're feeling stuck in your physical health and you're just not getting out there and getting to the gym or going on your walks as much as you want to every single day. I promise you, if you actually do something creative, right? So let's say that, you go down to, I don't know, the Walmart or wherever, and you buy a white pair of tennis shoes and you just take some Sharpie markers and you start drawing on those Sharpie markers and you write your affirmations. You write, I walk easily and effortlessly. I love my walks every day. My walks give me the time in nature I need to reconnect and redo. And just literally write that stuff on some white tennis shoes. It will motivate you to go out and start exercising. It will. So anything you can do to ignite your creativity is going to ignite the fire of your life. Okay. So it is essential. It is beautiful. And it is inherent to every single one of us. Okay.